We're 3 hours into our drive to Beaumont, Texas. I'm speaking at Lamar University tonight. I got Scott here with me. He's going to be filming it all. And I'm going to be talking about how I got my first paid speaking gig and where it got me to the point of doing it multiple times a year and, more importantly, fulfilling something that I really enjoy doing, which is public speaking in an environment that has young minds and people that could utilize the information that I'm giving them and the collaboration that I'm going to be introducing to them in hopes that they use the information and the time I spend with them to earn a better life for themselves. So the first speaking engagement I had with Lamar University was last year. So this will be the second time I'm speaking here. But when I think about what actually got me the opportunity here at Lamar is the fact that I've been speaking at colleges long before last year. And if you're somebody that's looking to get into public speaking and paid public speaking, the first thing that you need to accept is the fact that you need to put yourself in any position possible to be speaking in public. And the best way to do that, first and foremost, is just utilizing your phone. So if you have social media accounts, or if you've ever heard of doing a webinar or things of that nature, going live, you can utilize your phone as a tool to practice your public speaking. And then any free opportunities around you, maybe you go back to your high school, maybe you go back to some of the sports teams that you're playing for and offer something of value to that team or to that school that you believe will, one, leave an impact, but then two, help you kind of understand what it's like to go into a room and speak, and most importantly, at the end of it, gather feedback. So let's assume that you've built your portfolio and you've had a couple free speaking gigs, or you've spoken publicly in different environments and you feel confident that you can now pitch yourself as a paid public speaker. You need to look for opportunities where this is actually possible. And one of them is universities. At universities, a lot of the different organizations have a budget to bring in public speakers for you to provide value to not only the current students, but the current faculty. Because one of the things that might get underlooked is the fact that when you go to a campus and you're speaking to the students, you're also either going to make those hiring you at the campus look good or look bad. So you definitely want to understand what the faculty is looking for and what value they're looking for. Like if I'm going into Lamar University, I know from both the faculty and the student perspective what's going to be valuable and give me the best chance to actually make an impact. Because if I just go in there and everybody tunes out, it's not only a waste of their time, it's gonna be a waste of my time, because at the end of the day, I'm not providing that value or that purpose that I really want to, which is to help them live a better life. You want people to pay attention, you want them to digest and be engaged with your information, and then you want them to use that information outside of that room. So when you're thinking as the listener, you start asking yourself questions of, how many minutes in do you typically start to feel bored? So for me, I know that like within 5 minutes, I start to feel some type of boredom. And even if it's a topic that I love, I kind of like lose focus. So what I do is I create a talk trigger then, where typically in the beginning of any of my talks, I will put the mic onto the students, faculty, wherever I'm speaking to, where they're going to be engaged, meaning I'm going to call in somebody and ask them, hey, you're going to share information about maybe what's your name, where you're from, why you're here, what are you looking forward to most from this conversation? And I'm going to create a little bit of a trigger where then people are on edge, not knowing if I'm going to call on them or not. You need to reverse engineer what do you want to happen throughout that entire process. So for me, most of the times I want not only for the audience to be engaged and potentially participating in what I'm doing, but I want them to be engaged with each other and collaborating. I always think of myself as a listener first rather than the speaker. I make sure that they have a chance to share their stories and information that they have. And then I also like to instill collaboration so that when they leave that room, they're way more likely to connect with those people that are in their environment or people that they know, rather than leaning on me or reaching out to the random guy that came and talked to them that day. Little hack right here, heat up some water, bring you some bone broth. Doing this for 2 reasons. 10 grams of added protein and
Efficiency. Super easy to just heat some water up in a microwave. 1 minute, pour the bone broth in, get some extra protein, tastes really good, and adds a little kick to your meal. Just got done the workout, eating my dinner, and looking at the slides for later tonight. One of the things that I look to do every time that I am speaking anywhere is to put myself in a position to succeed. And what that looks like is working out, having a good meal, and getting my mind and physical body ready and primed. So 2 words there. Put yourself in a good position. And how do you prime yourself for that position? Later on, I'm going to be in front of a bunch of people. And at first, that can be intimidating. But if I do the things earlier on in the day that help me build confidence and give me that courage, I feel at my best in that moment. So for me, it's always about, can I maintain my lifestyle, which is getting my workouts in, going for a run, making sure that I have the food that I want to eat prior. And that's where, if you're traveling for public speaking or any job in general, do what you got to do to make it work for you. So I picked a spot that maybe when I'm on vacation, I'm not picking, but during this moment when I know that I want to be primed and ready to give the best value possible for the students tonight, I picked a location that would allow me to do that. So it's 5:01, talk starts at 6:30. We're going to wrap this up, head over to the school, get all the cameras, mics, slides ready for the talk, and have a little bit of fun.
It's a pleasure. This is my second time at Lamar. I was here last fall. First off, thank you for showing up. I was once in college, and on a Wednesday night, I don't know if I would have even come to this. So I appreciate you taking the time. I know that you have a lot going on with studying and extracurriculars, so I really, really appreciate it.
Just rolled up to the house, 3.5 hours back from Lamar University. Just feeling so grateful right now. It was awesome. It was exactly why I do what I do, and spent a whole day driving out there, driving back. We were supposed to stay the night, but was just feeling so good and wanted to get home to my wife and son. But the biggest takeaway that I have from tonight was something that I asked the audience, revolving around what their dreams were and to never let go of those dreams. And then on top of that, I asked them who were the people in their lives that have helped them get to where they're at. For those people, I asked them to let them know that those people have had an impact on their lives. So for me, when I asked that of the audience, it made me reflect on my own life and the fact that I was living my dream through what I was doing tonight, but also I need to spend some time reaching out to some of those people out there that have made an impact on helping me get here. So we're going to wrap up this video, and for anybody else out there that wants to get into the public speaking space, remember that all it takes is for you to start doing the little things. Use your camera, use your phone, go speak at local environments, schools, events, sign up to give back, and those opportunities are going to come.